What's up? Yo, straight like what's up? Huh.
We start actually lifting off, and bro, like, I was like this. Like, the only thing going through my mind was that I was gonna die, and it wasn't the fact that, because I know weed can't kill you, but like, I just thought that I was so nervous and so in shock that my heart was literally gonna give out, like, right here. And this is when, like, my mind was no longer words. Like, I didn't think normally, bro. Like, my outside world no longer mattered. Okay, people didn't matter. I didn't matter. I wasn't anything. I was simply shapes, bro. Like, everything was shapes. It was like I was traveling through a different dimension. Hey, welcome back to Genesis weekly weed videos. Today we're back with another mother effing story, baby. But first, let's get into it. Some weed, our favorite friend. Let's spark up. Female dogs. Today I am smoking on some Happy Camper, which is 21.9% THC. And I'm also smoking on some Wosi Wo, which is 18.39% THC. I like to mix my weed up. If y'all ready, go ahead and light up your blunt with me. If you're smoking, if you're not, just chill back and relax and enjoy the video. So I did low-key already make this video, but I high-key got way too high, like, in the middle of it, and kind of forgot what the fuck I was talking about, so let's just start all over. So about a week ago, my husband and I, we got some unfortunate news, and we had to go to North Carolina for a week. But I'm not really gonna get into that, but nevertheless, we were in North Carolina, and I decided to hang out with my brother. They just got a new apartment, so we were excited for them. We were celebrating. It's their first apartment, and it's their first apartment together as well. So we were getting a little crunk. We were drinking, we were smoking, you know, it was a little bit of a vibe. And yeah, we were all just chilling out. And my brother's girlfriend is like, oh, Genesis, like, I have these edibles. I want you to try them. You should try them right now. And I'm thinking, whoa. I'm already crunk as fudge. And like, I don't want to waste an edible experience on alcohol because I just felt like I wasn't going to like feel it all the way. And also, I've just had like bad and good experiences with the edibles. It's usually a hit or a miss for me. It's either like horrible and I just go in an anxious state, or it's a good vibe, but I just like to be alone when I'm doing it. But anyway, I'm not about to pass up on some free weed, right? Who would do that? So I tell her, that I don't want to do them right now, but I will do them on my flight back to Colorado. So she's like, cool. And I remember asking her at one point how many milligrams they were, but like, I guess like my drunken state, I just completely forgot that, and I just didn't like record that information in my head. Fast forward to the end of the week. It's our last day in North Carolina. We're getting ready to go to the plane or the airport. We make it there at 5:30 a.m. Everything's good. We get in line, but I peep from the corner of my eye that they got the dogs out, bro. And I've never like been around the airport with the dogs, and I was just scared as fuck. So I told Noah, that's my husband's name, hey, the dogs are here, bro. Like, I'm getting a little anxious. Let me take these gummies out of my bag. I don't know like what dogs can and can't smell, so, and I don't know too much about edibles like that either. Anyway, I get out of line and I go to the bathroom, and I have two choices. I'm either gonna eat these bitches and not know like how much THC is in them, or I'm gonna throw them away. And if you know anything about me, I'm not gonna waste good weed. So I eat them. And in my mind, I'm thinking they're gonna be like 5 milligrams, maybe 10, 20 at max, right? I'm gonna be a toasty, chill ass high, but like a functional high, you know? So I take one of them, and then I kind of second guess myself with the second one. I'm like, maybe I should just flush it. Psych, bitch, that should go right down my throat. I fucking gobbled that bitch up. And everything was going well. We went through the line. The dogs were sniffing up on us. I got nervous, but I knew I had nothing to hide. Actually, I'm just a paranoid person, so low-key I was thinking, well, what if somehow there's a weed nugget? I don't know. I was just tripping out, but everything was fine. We made it through the line, right? So we get to the gate, we're chilling, and then we decide to go get some breakfast at Popeyes. They gave me like this big ass box of hash browns, and I'm munching on those hoes, munching on them. And I think I remember hearing something that like if you eat while you're on an edible, the like food will kind of activate the edible. And I think that's exactly what happened, because I ate it, I enjoyed it, I sat back down, and I was just feeling this shit. It wasn't like hardcore, but it was like, you know, a little slow creep up, and I was getting excited. I was like, ooh, I'm about to be high, I'm about to be chilling on this plane, everything's gonna be good. I get on the plane. And I'm still getting really high. Like I almost like am acting stupid, like bumping on people and shit, right? Anyway, everything's good. I sit in my chair and I'm talking to Noah. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like high, like really high, but it's still good, right? And this is when like I low-key can't like talk anymore. Like I'm already an anxious person, so I don't like to be like too loud around people. So I started texting Noah like on my notes app, like, hey, I'm low-key kind of feeling super anxious. Or I'm low-key feeling a little bit anxious. And he tells me, you know, everything's gonna be okay, don't worry. So I'm like, you know what, you're right. And when I'm like anxious, especially when I'm high, like I can get myself out of that. It just takes like a little convincing myself and stuff like that. But this time I could not convince myself that everything was good. Like I was doing my breathing exercises, and I just couldn't get myself out of this mindset, right? So I start texting Noah again, like, hey, like I'm super, super anxious. He's still telling me everything's gonna be good, and I'm just like, Genesis, in like 5 or 10 minutes, everything will be right. Everything will be all right. This shit is gonna blow over. Anyway, about like maybe 5, I don't know, this low-key feels like an hour to me in my head, but it couldn't have been more than like 5 minutes. I tell Noah, like, I text him, yo, this shit feels like I took acid. Like that's how much I was like tripping out, bro. It didn't even feel like weed anymore. It felt like it was just pure psychological. And he like starts, you know, grabbing my hand, trying to comfort me, and it kind of felt good, but at the same time, like my sensories, I was going through a complete sensory fucking overload, bro. And like the worst sensory overload that you've maybe had, imagine that by like 3 million. I mean, the voice, like everyone's voices were so freaking loud. The lights were like too bright. It was just not a good vibe. And then I remembered I was on a plane, bro. And then I was like, fuck, I'm stuck here. Like there's literally nothing I can do. And that like whole feeling of like being trapped was like scaring me, right? Oh yeah, and then Noah touching me like was just throwing me off. I was like, please don't fucking touch me. But at the same time, I couldn't talk, so I couldn't like verbalize what I was going through in my head. I was like, this is literally me. I was stuck on the chair like this. And like, I was trying so hard to act normal, which in turn made me look less normal. And I was just mad fidgety. And I was like so paranoid that everyone on the plane thought that I was like on something, like on like a crazy ass drug or some shit. I was just like, I'm normal. Everything's normal. Nothing is going on. But yeah, I'm like, all I can think is like, damn, I need to go to sleep, because if I go to sleep, like I'm not going to be feeling this way. But I couldn't sleep because everything was so loud and everything was so bright. And I tell Noah, we're like starting to lift off, like, you know, when they start driving and shit. And just the rumble of the plane was like making my body feel the worst anxiety that I've ever felt in my life. And sorry y'all, let me hit this blunt again. Suddenly, I get a flashback to that night with my brother and his girlfriend. And I remember asking her, how many milligrams were in the gummies? And she says to me, 200 a piece. How I didn't remember that in the morning, I don't know. And how I remembered it high, no clue. But I'm like thinking to myself, there's no way. I just must be too high. I must be imagining this situation where she told me it was 200 milligrams. Later, she confirmed that they were 200 milligrams a piece. So I basically just took a 400 milligram freaking edible. This is the most I've ever done in my entire life. I'm not a seasoned edible person. Like I do them maybe 3-4 times a year, if that. Anyway, this is not even the beginning of this, right? I text Noah. Okay, yeah, we're lifting off. I text Noah, hey, is the plane gonna feel like this the whole time? He's like, no, it's not gonna feel like this the whole time. So I'm like reminding myself it's not gonna be so rumbly. I'm gonna calm down. Anyway, we start actually lifting off, and bro, like, I was like this. Like, the only thing going through my mind was that I was gonna die. And it wasn't the fact that, because I know weed can't kill you, but like, I just thought that I was so nervous and so in shock that my heart was literally gonna give out, like right here. And bro, like, I'm telling you, that shit felt like I was on bath salts or something, because in my mind I was like, I need to get out of this plane right now. I'm about to scream, I'm about to run down these aisles. Like, I was like itching, bro. Like, I know that sounds crazy, like crazy, and maybe I should fucking stop smoking or something, but like yo, I know I'm not crazy, because I watched more videos, and I like did some Reddit research, and other people said they felt like they were doing acid when they did such a high amount of THC. But y'all, the plane starts lifting off. I'm like this, and this is when like my mind was no longer words. Like, I didn't think normally, bro. Like, my outside world no longer mattered. Okay, people didn't matter. I didn't matter. I wasn't anything. I was simply shapes, bro. Like, everything was shapes. It was like I was traveling through a different dimensions. You know how like in Rick and Morty they like go through portals and stuff? Like, I was stuck in between the dimensions. I was one with the friggin' molecules, bro. Like, I saw shit on a microscopic level, bro. Like, it was fucking crazy. I thought I was trapped in a tunnel going like this, like a vortex or some shit. But yeah, I literally, like, I wanted to vomit so bad. Like, my body needed to vomit, but I was so afraid of like having vomit all over myself or embarrassing myself. That's how much will I have, y'all. Like, I physically stopped myself from throwing up like everywhere. I was greening out for sure. And the thing was, I could have gone to the bathroom, but my body was incapable of physically like moving. Like, I'm telling you, I got a water bottle. I couldn't even close the cap. I was like trying to read the words on the seat, because I was trying to distract myself from how high I was, but like words, I couldn't read. I know I was basically a freaking infant again, because I could not understand language. My Noah was talking to me. His words didn't make sense to my head. He told me later that I was like talking to him back, but that my words weren't making sense and that he couldn't hear me, and I was basically talking so low, like for some reason I thought that like I could, what is it called, like telepathically communicate with him. So I thought he was getting that like I literally couldn't do anything for myself, but he wasn't understanding like how high I was. But yeah, y'all, that was my experience. I was one with the molecules about 2 weeks ago. I never want to be that fucking high again. It was scary as fuck, like looking back, I mean in the moment, but looking back, that shit is funny as hell now. Wouldn't regret it at all, actually. If anything, it's like helped my weed experience, because now I feel like I can smoke anything, take as many, I mean, because like if I can deal with that level of anxiety, bro, I can deal with anything. But thanks for watching my story time about how I accidentally took 400 milligrams of THC on the plane. I also heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that when you're on the plane, you get higher than usual. Because of like the air pressure, and I'm not a scientist or know anything about stuff like that, so I can't really confirm or deny that. But if that is true, just don't take edibles on a plane. I would advise that, unless you're seasoned. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I smoked every day for the past like 5-6 years, but that shit was just next level. Don't do more than 100 milligrams of THC. You're just basically wasting it, bro. Forgot a part of the story, and also my camera keeps moving. But anyway, so how I got off the plane. So eventually I did end up like falling asleep. Well, really, I kept waking up and falling asleep over and over and over and over again. But I was very thankful for the sleep, because it was just a miserable time. Anyway, I got off the plane. Noah wasn't understanding how incapacitated, I don't know if that's the word, that I was. And he like I don't know. I was just acting stupid, bro. I could barely walk. I was like trying to act as normal as possible. Like everything was still very heightened. I was walking out of the airport and it was almost like I was drunk because I couldn't walk very well. Like I accidentally stepped on someone's heel, like the back of their heel. And like, he like looked back at me, but bro, I would usually say I'm sorry, you know? Well, first of all, that wouldn't have usually happened anyway, but I couldn't even say the words I'm sorry. So I kind of just looked at him like dead ass, like what, bro? Like I felt bad about it, but I just couldn't speak. One of Noah's sergeants was picking us up. Like he kept getting lost, and like he's a really nice guy, and like I was just being an asshole, but I was like low-key very annoyed because I just needed to sit down, like and I was like, when is this guy coming? I got in the car, and yeah, I was just out of it. I couldn't even talk to the man. I was like, hi, and I just sat down and I ate my hot Cheetos because I felt like I needed food really bad, and every time I ate food, like I kind of felt less high, so I was just like stuffing my face, and I closed my eyes, and next thing you know, I was back at my house. I pretty much slept the whole day off, but the worst part is that I had to go to work, and it was just like really hard to do anything. Like my manager was trying to make me learn this new thing, and I was just like, I was clearly out of it, and he was like, are you okay? And I was just like, bro, I'm not okay today. Can I just like not do this? And he was like, yeah, you can do the other thing. So I was like, thank God for that. But I talked to all my coworkers, and they're chill as hell. So I told them that I took a 400 milligram edible, and they're all like seasoned fucking potheads. Like one of the guys is like 50 something, I don't know. He's been smoking his whole life. And he was telling me that like doing that much becomes like psychedelic. It's almost like taking shrooms or something. And I was telling him, yeah, because I felt like I did acid, so I learned that like firsthand, bro. I'm gonna finish this off screen, y'all. 10 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend it, but it gave me a story to tell, so that's awesome. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, like and subscribe. Love you guys. Peace.
Straight back, they like what's up. Yo, straight like what's up. Huh. In the cut. I ain't never